So let's figure out what you found out through your discovery on the computer. Does this picture look familiar? Remember drawing this on your geometry sketchpad? You can draw a tangent and a secant? Yes, good. Okay, so what did you find out about the relationship of that angle and the arc that it made, that it intersected? The arc is double the angle, or angle is half the arc. Right, right. And in formal language, if a tangent and a secant or chord intersect on a circle, so that's kind of key here. The angle is on the circle at the point of tangency, then the measure of the angle formed is half the measure of its intercepted arc. So, not in that formal language, but that should have been your conjecture for activity 1. Right? All right. What did you find out about when you constructed a chord and a secant or two secants and formed an angle inside the circle? How are they related to their arcs?
The sum of the two arcs is equal to double the measure of the angle.
Exactly. The measure of the angle, if I can say it the other way, the measure of the angle is half the measure of the sum of the two arcs. Okay? So, if you add up this intercepted arc and this intercepted arc, 35 plus 15, and divide it by 2, you get 25. Okay? So, like on your homework tonight, you might get this angle and this arc, and you'll have to work backwards and get that arc, right? Or maybe you'll get this arc and this angle, but then what kind of angles are those two? They're supplementary. They're a linear pair, right? So I could find out this angle and this arc, and that would help me find out that arc. Because the inside angles inside the circle, are equal to half the measure of the sum of those two arcs. All right? And then activity 3 and 4 and 5, you had all the angles were outside the circle, but they were formed differently. One was a secant and a tangent, then you had two secants, and then you had two tangents. So that was those 3 activities, you did them separately. And what you find out about that angle? How was that angle and these arcs related?
So you take the major arc and minus the minor arc and then divide by 2.
Right, exactly. If you took the major arc, the bigger arc, and subtract the smaller arc, the minor arc, and divide by 2, you get the measure of the angle. And that's whether you're forming the major and the minor arc by a secant and a tangent, 2 secants, or 2 tangents. So we got major arc here, minor arc there. We've got major arc there, minor arc there. We've got major arc to there, minor arc to there. Did you notice anything else about, in this case, the major arc and the minor arc? When you put those together, what'd you get? 360, right? Right, so when it's got 2 tangents, the major arc and minor arc make up the whole circle. Alright, and so like on your homework tonight, again, not only are they going to ask you to find like a missing angle, they're also going to ask you to find missing arcs. So how would I actually work that? How can I find that? Well, that's a bad example because I just subtracted 260. How about this one? How could I find this green arc here? What's the relationship again? Right, this angle is equal to the major arc minus the minor arc divided by 2. So how could I come up with this green arc? Yeah, what would the equation be? Equals 23. Good.
So it's the major arc
Minor arc divided by 2 equals the external angle and angle outside the circle. Right? So multiply by 2, I get 120 minus x equals 46 because I divided by 2 on both sides, or multiply by 2 on both sides. Subtract 120 and I get negative x is equal to 120 minus 46, 74. I get negative 74. So x is 74. So this arc here, this green arc is 74 degrees. Okay? Make sense?
Yes.
All right. So those should be, I mean, these are in very formal language, but those should be the 5 conjectures for your last 5 activities. This is activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3, 4, and 5. All right? Questions on that? Okay. Your homework is you just have to choose which of these 3 you're doing and